Hello and welcome to our visual guide to customizing your data entry options in XPA. XPA is one of our longest serving applications and falls into the delivery element of the APS optimization program. Our focus here is to provide you with comprehensive, compliant financial statements in an easy and efficient manner. XPA has a number of options in the data entry screen, and these options can be customized to suit your preferences, speed up repetitive processing, and enforce data entry and audit trail protocols. Let's have a look now as to how we do that. We're going to kick off in our data entry screen. So we're going to do that by going to data entry and journals. Now it's important to note at this stage that these options can also be adjusted for bank statement entries and some other entries, but we're going to limit it to this. So we're going to right click and hit options, and this brings up our data entry option screen. A lot of these are pretty consistent. So I'm in the date tab right now, and I can repeat last date, hit a constant date, or use a fixed date. And what's really important here is the skip input button. The skip input button lets me jump over automatically that particular field. So it's one of those tools that's there to help you speed up. The same options here are available for references. Okay, whether I want a constant reference number or an automatic reference number, which is like a constant, but it will go up a step. Again, that skip input is available. Now, anything with a skip input, just remember, you can click on it and still edit the value, but if you're using your keyboard to move around, then it will jump over that particular section. In relation to GST, I can do things like force a particular rate code or enforce no rate code at all. What that means is that I'm not going to use XPA at all to calculate my GST. We know that a lot of your ledgers do that for you, so you don't need to worry about that. Lastly, from a description perspective, I can repeat last. I do this sometimes if I just want to speed up a repetitive batch entry. I rarely use skip input in this case. Now, when I'm saving, I can choose either save user or save system. That saves things across the board for this particular user or for the practice. Or if I just hit OK, it's going to save the options for this particular session. So as long as I have this data entry screen open. Okay, so when I close out of this data entry screen, that option will be gone. I'm going to do some data entry here now, and you'll see that the references are going in. I can still click in and edit. You'll see now when I hit enter for the next entry. So I'll just put my description in, I'm going to hit enter. And what you'll notice is that it goes straight to the account section. Okay, it skipped the date and it skipped the reference and it's gone straight to the account code. So if I'm just using tab, I can go account code, value, it skipped the GST because I've told it to, and I can go account code, value, description, account code, value, description, and just keep on going that way. If I change that GST code, I might use a constant rate code or the account rate code, or repeat last. What's important there is that now that I've got that, I can click into that box and manually enter a rate code, and you'll see the GST code kicks in. So you can either skip it all entirely, choose not to use a GST code, or to use the system GST coding. It just depends on what you're doing in your client ledger. If, for example, you're using BankLink, you may not have a client ledger to do this, so you might want to keep the GST coding on. Just to note that these settings are at a system or a user level. It's not a ledger per ledger experience. Okay, so you're either saving your options for your user or for the system as a whole. And as I've mentioned, these same options are available at the bank statement entry level. So you can make these same changes if you're doing bank statement entries or if you're doing just your normal data entry. So that concludes our video on data entry options in XPA. This video and more are being provided as a part of our APS optimization program, which seeks to help you get the most out of the modules you use each and every single day. For more information on the APS optimization program, and to access more free training resources, please visit the APS Optimization website available via the Practice Hub, or visit some of the other videos on our YouTube channel. See you then.